Kruger, are you setting off from Fort London?
I'll make a gentle turn back around to the right, heading back slowly towards the fob.
Coming in like a psycho.
That's right. Happens. Your lead, I guess.
Briefly. Trying to slow down.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just slowly passing up on your right side.
Starlight 1-1, comms check.
Lima Charlie. Did I respond on the right freak there? Did he read me?
Loud and clear, here.
Rotor.
We'll do another turn to the right. I'll slow down a bit this time. Try and stay on the outside of the turn for this one. We'll basically do a 360 all the way back around to heading, what are we now, 060.
Gotcha.
Okay, slowing a little bit, turning right now.
I'm aware I've slipped ahead, you know, being parallel to you instead of 45.
Yeah, it's fine, no matter whatever works. I mean, generally in the turn, it's going to take a bit of adjustment anyway, but if you keep some form of reference and then adjust again when we roll out. In the turn, you can, if you want, try and make some small adjustments to get a bit closer in.
Yeah, doing so under 45.
That looks pretty good though. That's a good position on the outside. You're nice high, your sort of lateral plane to me is looking good. Good job.
Thank you.
Pontiac, Starlight, what are you up to?
Practicing formation flying. Do you want to do killing? Or scouting?
I can do both. I also could practice some formation flying, so.
We're rolling out of 060, so 30 degrees to go. You can start to anticipate. I'll ease off the roll as we approach. 20 degrees. 10 degrees. Rolling out there. Good job. Back in position, I see. Shall we go in and do a formation landing somewhere?
Yeah.
Get a quick practice before we go back to FARP and make sure it looks good before we get there. Alright, if you look 1 o'clock, we've got a tower and a small, very small lake just to the left, 10 o'clock from the tower.
Yeah.
We'll land on the northern side of that little small lake. Try and keep it in close formation all the way in. We can take the gear down now.
Yeah, it's every time I go on radio or look for a reference point or something that I stuff it up.
Yeah, don't worry. Not expecting you to answer. Just keep your focus on the reference points on my aircraft and just adjust correspondingly. Yeah, it looks like the ground is sloping a little bit just to the left of that lake, so we'll go just on the other side of that lake, so it'll be just on the northeastern side of that little lake. Yep, position looks good. Nice, looks good.
Which side of the road are you landing on?
Left.
I could vertically descend like you were, but I'm choosing to do the slow.
Yeah, no worries. I kicked up a lot of dust here for your landing anyway. And down.
2 down.
Alright, let's start from here. So we've got the main thread here is small arms. So we'll do a rapid climb. And we'll depart 120 rapid climb up to, let's say 1,000 meters. And then we'll go in back towards Farb London and do a rapid descent in towards Farb London.
Over.
So for the rapid climb, basically we'll just depart out heading 120, staying very low, get the speed up to more or less max speed, and then it'll be basically nose back and max rate climb.
Sorry, just say again, I got distracted there.
Yeah, no worries. We'll depart out heading 120. We'll accelerate at low height to pretty much max speed, Once we get there, then I'll call it. I'll just basically call, okay, climbing now, and then it's just nose back, so basically nose up to 30 degrees or so, until you get around 70, 80 knots, then speed stable, maintain that rate of climb. That'll give you a max rate climb then up to 1,000 meters.
Okay.
If I go first, then you can just follow on behind me, and I'll just talk through what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Lifting. I'll pull up onto your right hand side so you can see me.
Visual.
Okay, I'll depart between these two pylons on my right. Taking off. So we're going to accelerate as fast as we can at low height.
Gear up.
Gear up. Still accelerating. Rapid climb, go. Speed stable. Maintain full power.
Did you not get limiter warnings there? Or RPM warnings?
No, I kept it just below that.
Okay, so not full power.
No, as much as you can until you get to the limiter.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, because I was intentionally not doing it, like full power. I was like, okay. Took it literally.
Don't worry, yeah, that should have been clearer.
Slightly low on your 630.
Gotcha. Just approaching 1,000 meters. I'll keep going a bit higher, maybe to get maybe up to 1,200. So in theory, that's our quickest way through the small arms threat band.
Nose down, gain speed while almost OGE, and then climb.
Yeah, exactly. So just get yourself up to max speed, and then pick your route out. As soon as you get there, it's a fairly healthy amount back on cyclic. Nose back, nose up. To I took about 30 degrees there, and then once you get to, yeah, I guess in this aircraft, I don't know what the exact speed would be in this one, but usually something around 70, 80 knots.
Base climb rate.
Maintain that to give you a max rate climb.
130 kph.
130 kph, perfect, yeah, sounds about right.
So is that sort of... I'm getting VMAX warnings.
You got, yeah, probably took a bit too much power, I guess.
No, that's speed, not...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So you want to keep it just below the speed warning. So, or as soon as you get the speed warning, as soon as you pull the nose back, the speed warning will disappear.
Yeah, and first step for me usually is drop the collective just a little and then do that. Because any sudden movements in VMAX, you know, are quite likely to have your rotor salad.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're near power limb, then you want to do a little drop down on the collective. But the idea in the climb is you want to basically use all the power that you can in the climb phase.
So that technique for getting out of the small arm fire range, is that to do with getting as few as people getting a shot on you because you're so low down, or is that to do with, because I imagine altitude also, you know, you get a little bit of velocity drop in the shells as they have to go upwards?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, generally the sort of small arms threats, so we're talking, you know, AKs and general small arms, is really between around 100 feet and 2,000 feet. So if you're much lower than that, you're, amongst other things, you could be masked by the terrain, but also their lead on to get an accurate shot on you is very compromised. Once you're above 2,000 feet, really, an AK doesn't have the range, and most small arms don't have the range anymore, so you're not really a threat anymore. It depends entirely on the threat scenario. Of course, if it's a scenario where there's man pads that are the threat, then you need to stay low, you know, 50 feet and below all the way. But in sort of counterinsurgency, probably small arms could be, a lot of the time, your greatest threat.
Gotcha.
So the idea is basically spend the minimum amount of time in that threat band as possible. And then the same, of course, is basically in reverse for rapid descent. So you want to pick your landing spot where you're going to land, and then pick your route into it as well. You don't just go straight into it, because that would be somewhat predictable. So you pick a route around while you're at altitude, and then get down into the really low environment. Follow your route round back into your landing pad. Yeah, so we've got Far London just right at the nose, just right at the nose there on the other side of the lake. Actually, I'm wondering if we've got some targets down here on our left as well.
Oh, and a threat range.
Could be.
We're like bordering on a threat zone.
Say again?
We're bordering on a threat zone of some kind of SAM.
Yeah, it looks that way. Well, perhaps yes, the tactics worked. We're going to push ourselves through the immediate threat zone.
Well, we were skirting it, so I mean...
Yeah, I could be sleeping. Alright, as we're approaching London now, I'm going to pick my kind of tactical routine to London. So, while I'm here at altitude, I'm going to look for a sort of top of descent point. And what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to fly a little bit to the south of London, take a descent there, and then follow low down towards the edge of the lake, and then into London. So for the rapid descent, basically, I'm kind of do it in reverse. So while we're at altitude, we're going to slowly bleed off the speed until we're back at, I guess in this it would be something like 60, 70 kph. And you want to do it slowly so that it doesn't give the sound effect of a rapid descent down on the ground. Once we reach around about 70 kph, we're going to do a fairly significant nose forward, 20 to 30 degrees. And then let the descent build. Once we get to our sort of max speed, we're then going to bring in a little bit of collective and adjust the altitude to maintain that speed until we come down to around 100 feet or below. When we level out, we level with collective, not cyclic.
Interesting. So you said nose down to max speed, and then?
Yeah, so we're gonna gently bleed the speed off. We can almost start doing it now. So just gradually bleeding the speed back, so that you don't get any sort of rotor flapping or anything like that, which would be a big giveaway down on the ground.
From this altitude?
Yep, from this altitude. So we'll bleed the speed back to, yeah, around 70. Should be okay. Once I get to around 70, I'm going to nose forward and down a little bit more with the collective. I'm going to nose forward. It's probably going to be around 20, 30, maybe even more. And then as I start to see the speed build up towards max speed, I'll just bring the nose back up a bit to maintain that speed. So my speed's coming back now. Still got about 190. So speed's coming back, speed's coming back. I'm going to leave the gear up until I'm sure finals for landing.
Yeah, especially if you're getting close to max speed, you don't want the gear out. I think the limit is 200.
Yep.
I don't think I've overstressed it ever, but yeah, you don't want to test that.
It doesn't matter if you go a bit below 70. So now I'm going to drop down a little bit more with the cyclic, with the collective. Start a radius. Rapid descent, go. Degrees for me, 50 degrees.
Oh wow.
I've got my waddy inside, which is going to be...
Okay, so you've dropped collective as well.
Watch a ground.
This aircraft, you get the max speed pretty quickly on the descent.
I'm on your inside on the right.
Okay, I'm going to drop down into this waddy.
Going high, crossing around your left.
We could be nose forward a bit there, too much on my descent. I went about 50 degrees, probably 30 degrees is more than enough.
Yeah, I lost visual of you very quickly.
Yeah, there's no way you can stay in formation for that.
I'm gonna first literally on your tail, maybe. Just be advised, I'm spotting a gazelle threat coming in from the side towards the fob. I think we should take it out.
Okay, yeah. Whereabouts?
I was joking, he just splattered.
Okay.
Check that smoke column right behind you.
Uh-huh.
Off on your right.
On the hillside. Should we go and check him out?
No, that was Kruger.
He's gone. Never check your map while flying on the side of a mountain.
I was still joking, saying we need to take out this threat gazelle coming in. And you did the job for us. I mean, how rude. Okay, gents, thanks.
Yep, thanks. See you again.
Bye-bye.